everyone, it's me, Karen. Today, I'm just gonna adjust myself a little bit better here. Today is June 2nd, and it is Seniors Month, which is very, very exciting. And it's also the start of yoga. So we're gonna be doing yoga on Tuesdays at 12:30. Right now, I've gotten feedback on it, which is great. And we are going to do more of a yin type yoga, which means we'll just be holding the poses a little bit longer. We won't be doing this the entire time we do yoga online, but we will be doing it right now for the next little couple weeks, I'd say, just because we all are a bit stiff, and it's always good to hold a stretch. So in saying that, I also am curious if members are interested in either a seated class or a traditional yoga class on the mat. I will try to accommodate both as much as possible today. There will be times where I will be on the floor, and then there'll be times as well where I get into the chair to explain things as well. So let's just first start. I'm just going to push this back a bit. Let's just first start in Shavasana. So just find a comfortable spot on your mat. You might even want to be in your chair, which is totally fine. Just find a comfortable spot for you. So I'm just going to lay down on my mat just to get started. So just laying down on your mat. I'm gonna go down here so you can see. Finding that comfortable spot. If you're in your chair, you're gonna find that comfortable spot as well. And what we're gonna start off with is our breath. So let's start with a deep, deep breath in. And exhale, letting it out. Think about having that Kleenex box on your belly. Let's take a deep breath in, lifting it up. And exhale. And letting it go. So staying with this, staying in your Shavasana pose. I'm just going to sit up so I can guide you along the practice, but if you're sitting up or if you're in your chair, stay where you are. Let your body be absorbed into your mat, your chair. Always reconnecting with that breath. So let's start again with a deep breath in and exhale. So coming and staying with that breath. Let's do it for a count of 4. Deep breath in and exhale for 4. Staying with this breath, staying in your Shavasana pose, wherever it might be on your mat, it might be on your chair. Taking a deep breath, and exhale, just relaxing your body, letting your body be absorbed into your mat, into your chair, wherever you are. Creating some space between your shoulders and your earlobes. Relaxing that jaw. Sometimes things pop up in yoga, thoughts, memories. It's okay, acknowledge them and let them go. Take the next 30 to 45 minutes to think about yourself and take that time for you. If there is something on your to-do list or a phone call, it will be there when your practice is done. Take this time for you. This is your practice. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Letting everything go. Relaxing your head. Relaxing your nose, relaxing your brow, your temples, relaxing that jaw, creating some space between your shoulders and your earlobes. Relaxing your neck. Just letting everything go. Relax your shoulders. Your upper back and your lower back. Your chest. Your arms. Your elbows. Your belly. Your hips. Your legs, your knees, your lower legs, your ankles, letting everything go. Coming back to that breath. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Always coming back to that breath. If you find you're in a position, in a pose that you find challenging, or your mind really starts to wander, come back to your breath. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Doing that again. Deep, deep breath in and exhale. Start to do some movement. So let's start to move our ankles, our wrists. So if we're in the chair, that's awesome. If we're laying on our mat, you can still do this. And then switch and go the opposite way. And then let your body go. Let your body be absorbed into your mat, into your chair. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And then create some space in between your fingers and in between your toes. Create a lot of space and then squish and bring them together. And then let it go. And then squish them and bring them together. And then just let your body relax. Let's all take a deep breath in and exhale. Deep breath in again and exhale. Now we're going to start our practice with a twist. So what you're going to do is, if you're laying on your mat, you are going to, I'm going to just show it on the mat and then I'll go to the chair. So if you're laying on your mat, you're going to extend your arms nice and wide. Bend your knees. Take a deep breath in. And then on that exhale, you're going to drop your knees down to one side. So when you do this, it's more important that your shoulders stay on your mat as opposed to your knees being on the floor. Take a deep breath in and exhale. If you need to, take that hand and help with your twist. You can turn your head also to the opposite way of your knees. And staying with this twist. So if you're in your chair, it will look like this. So if you're in your chair, it is going to look like this. You're going to turn to the one way and twist and come over to the other side. Okay? Staying with this. And even if you're here, you're just gonna do your twist. Take a deep breath in, and on that exhale, go down a little bit further every time. Take a deep breath, and exhale. Stay with this. I'm going to go back onto my mat. Take a deep, deep breath in. And on that exhale, bring those knees in the center. Keeping those arms nice and wide. You may want to just rock back and forth a tiny bit. Take a deep breath in. And on that exhale, drop those knees down to that opposite side. Again, you're going to want to keep your shoulders on your mat opposed to having your knees touch the ground. So right now my knees are dropped to my right side. So I'm going to take my right hand and just help that twist. And then I'm going to turn my head and look to the left. Remember, if you're in your chair, you'll be doing the same thing. Take a deep breath in. And on that exhale, try to come down a little bit further. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. We store a lot of stress in our hips, so you might feel this, which is good. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale. Let's do it again. And then come back up in the center. You might want to just rock those knees side to side. Now we're going to do wind relieving pose. So you're going to grab one leg. Even if you're in the chair, you're going to grab one leg. You're going to extend that other leg out if you'd like. You're going to take a deep breath in. And on that exhale, you're going to bring that knee up to your armpit. That's where you're aiming. You may never get there. I will never get there. That's okay. But you will want to aim for there. So take a deep breath in. And on that exhale, bring it in a little closer every single time. So this pose is great for any stomach issues you might have, any bloating, any issues with gas. It's wonderful. I would suggest to do it by yourself. Take a deep breath in and exhale and bring that knee in a little closer. Remember, if you don't feel comfortable with your legs straight out, you can keep that leg bent. It is up to you. It is your practice. Take a deep breath and exhale. Deep, deep breath and exhale. Let's do 3 more breaths here. Here we go for 4. And exhale for 4. Do it again. Deep breath in. And exhale. One more time. Deep breath in. And exhale. Now taking that leg, bending your knees again, just rocking back and forth, side to side. I think we have some mourning doves that are out here doing this with us too. And then you're going to grab that other leg. Going into wind relieving pose on that other side. Again, you can keep your leg bent or you can extend it. If you're in the chair, you're going to do the exact same thing. Let's take a deep breath in. And exhale, bringing in that knee a little closer, aiming for that armpit. Staying with that breath. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Let's do 3 more big breaths here. And exhale. Again for 4. And exhale for 4. One more. And then letting that leg go. Extending those arms out. Even if you're in your chair, you're going to extend your arms out. And then you're just going to rock side to side. Any tension you might have in that lower back, in your hips. And then I want you to take your feet as wide as your mat. So if you're in your chair, you're going to take your feet as wide as your chair. We're going to take a deep breath in, and then we're just going to bring up our pelvis just slightly. And then exhale and bring it down. Deep breath in and exhale. And this time, let's take it up again. Doesn't have to be very high. And exhale. Now keeping those arms extended out, whether you're in the chair or on your mat, I want you to try to bring the soles of your feet together. This is your Supta Navata Nikasana. So this is lying cobbler's pose. So your feet may be quite a distance away from your body. That's okay. We're going to do this again. But this is just a big stretch for our hips, our inner thighs, our pelvic. Remember, keep that space between your shoulders and your ears. Unclench your jaw. Let's take a deep, deep breath in. And exhale. Staying with this breath. I hope you guys can hear the birds. Come back to your breath. Let's stay here for a few seconds longer. 3 more big breaths. 2. And your last one. Extending those legs out. So if you're in your chair, coming back to that relaxing mode. And then if you are on your mat, I just am going to ask you to turn over onto your side. We are eventually going to sit up, but I first would like you just to stay on your side. If you're in your chair, you're going to stay relaxed. And then when you're ready, I'd like you to come up. Take your time. Finding a comfortable spot in your chair or on your mat. I want you to extend your legs out. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale. Bring your feet close together if you can. We're going to take a deep breath in. And on that exhale, we're going to come down and we're going to reach for our toes. So we might not be able to make it there. That's okay. You can keep your hands on your quads, on your knees, or on your ankles, or just even have them at the side. So if you're in your chair, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to reach. If you're in your chair, it might be easier to keep your hands on your knees, which is okay. Let's take a deep breath in. And on that exhale, try to come down a little bit further. Staying with that breath. Take a deep, deep breath in. And exhale. And every exhale, try to come down a little bit closer. Let's do one more big breath. And then slowly walk yourself up. Bring one leg in so that your foot is touching your inner thigh. So if you're on your chair, you are just going to bring that one foot into closer to your one leg. We're going to make sure there's that distance between our shoulders and our earlobes. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Now this time on that inhale, bring those arms up. And exhale and drop down to that one side, reaching for those toes. Again, you might not be able to get there, and that's totally okay. You can keep your hands on your mat. If you're in your chair, you can keep your hands on your quad or your knee. You can put your hands on your ankles as well. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Trying to come down a little further every time with that exhale. Staying with this, staying with your breath. Deep, deep breath in and exhale. Deep breath in again and exhale. Do a couple more breaths here on your own. And then when you're ready, take a deep breath in. And on that exhale, walk yourself up. And then what I want you to do is come back on that opposite hand. So if you're in your chair, you're just going to reach over with that opposite hand. Take that arm over and just coming in for a big stretch. Staying with this. Deep breath in. Come back. Come back to the center. And then change your legs. So that leg that was extended out is now going to be folded in. If you're on your chair, you're just going to bring that leg in so it's a little closer to that other leg. You could even put the palm or the sole of your foot up against your calf if you'd like. Coming back to your breath. And exhale. Let's do it again. Let's take a deep breath in. Bringing those hands up. And on that exhale, coming down. Again, it's wherever you want to be. So on this side, you might notice that you can't go down as far. That's okay. That's normal. I have arthritis in my hip on this side, so I can't go down as far, and that's okay. Take a deep breath in. And on that exhale, try to come down a little bit further. Again, you might only be able to stay here. That's okay. You might be able to go down further. You might even be able to bring your forehead to your knee. That's awesome. You have to do what works for you. It's your practice. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take another deep breath and exhale. Staying with this breath, dropping your head. Remember to breathe. Staying here. Take a deep breath in. And then on that exhale, slowly come up. And then taking that opposite hand, reaching back and coming over. In for a big stretch. I don't know about you, but this feels wonderful. Remember to breathe. And then coming back. And then let's just bring the soles of your feet together. So if you're in the chair, you're going to do the same thing, except your feet are going to be on the ground. Let's take a deep breath. And this time, let's take a deep breath in, rise up, or bring up those hands. And then on that exhale, just come right down. So you're gonna really feel this in your inner thighs. That's okay. If you are in your chair, same thing. You want your legs or the soles of your feet to be touching or as close as you can. Take a deep breath and exhale. On every exhale, try to come down a little bit closer to wherever you feel comfortable. You might not have done yoga in a while. You might be really stiff today. That's okay. Every practice is different. Take a deep breath. Come down. Deep breath. Staying here, staying with your breath. Letting everything go. Deep breath in and exhale. A few more breaths here. One more. And then coming up. Crossing your legs. Let's take a deep breath in. Reaching up. Holding it here. And then exhale and coming down. Dropping your head, dropping everything. Take a deep breath, come up. Exhale. Let's do it again with those arms. Deep breath in. Looking up, having those palms facing the sky. Strong fingers. And exhale, bring it down. Let's do this 2 more times. And remember, I'm just here to guide you, so if you go a little slower or a little faster than I do, that's okay. Let's take a deep breath in, just breathing up our head. Relaxing your shoulders. Deep breath. And then this time, take a deep breath, bringing up those arms, looking up. And exhale and coming down. Let's do it again. Deep breath, just bringing up that head. Exhale, dropping those shoulders. Deep breath, come up, bring up those arms, looking up, going in for that big, big stretch. If this bothers your neck and you feel more comfortable looking forward, do so. And exhale and bring it down. A couple breaths here at your own pace, at your own rate, whatever's good for you. Exhale. And then when you're ready, come up. So we're going to go into cat-cow. So if you're in your chair, your hands are going to be on your knees. If you are on your mat, or even if you're on your chair and you'd like to try it on a mat, you can do so here. You can also do it if you're standing up. You can put your hands on a counter and do this as well. Make sure it's secure, make sure it's something that isn't going to slip and you're not going to slip on it. So if you are on your mat, I'd like you to get on all fours. That's a really big close-up of me. I'm just gonna move my mat back. And then what I'd like you to do is have your palms as wide as your shoulders, and the same with your knees, or as wide as your yoga mat. Remember, I'm only here to guide you on your breath, to guide you along your practice. So if the way that I'm breathing is different from yours, that's okay. So with our cat-cow, we're gonna take a deep breath in and rise up like that black cat on Halloween. And then we're gonna exhale and come down into cow. So the great thing about doing this virtually is there's no one behind you, because you're really gonna stick out your butt. So let's take a deep breath in, coming back in for cat. And exhale, pushing it forward for cow. Staying here, coming back to your breath. Deep breath in, coming in for cat. If you're on your chair, you're gonna do the same thing. If you're standing at the counter, you're gonna do the same thing. And exhale. So I'm gonna do one more with you. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Now I'd like you to do 3 on your own. Take a deep breath in. So I'm not going to guide you along this. You're going to totally do this on your own. And again. Let's do one more. And exhale. So sitting up, if you are in your chair, I want you to sit up nice and tall. If you are on your mat, I'd like you to make your way up. I'm just gonna move this so you guys can see me. Don't know where my dog is. She is out here, but don't know where. Okay, so standing up. Oops. Sorry, it's my neighbor's house. We're gonna take a deep breath in. So if you're in your chair, you're gonna do the same thing. Reaching up for that Tadasana, looking up. And then we're gonna exhale and come down into a forward fold. So for the sake of the video, I'm just going to stay in a half fold so you can see me. If you're in your chair, you're just gonna let your body hang. If you are standing and it doesn't feel comfortable to reach all the way down, to drop your head, just put your hands on your knees. That's what I'm going to do so you guys can see me. Let's take a deep breath in and come all the way up. And exhale, coming back into that forward fold. Let's do 2 breaths here. So 2 big breaths. And exhale. Let's do it again. Deep breath. And exhale, coming up again. Reaching up, staying here. If it bothers your neck to look up, then just look forward. Deep breath, and exhale, and drop it down again for that fold. Let's take a deep breath. Exhale, and then on this breath, come up, look up. Stay here. If you want to go into a little bit of a back bend, you can. And exhale, coming back into that fold. Let's do 2 more of these at your own pace. I am not going to guide you. I want you to do it on your own. I lied, we're going to do 3. So we're going to do 1 more after this one. Come up. And exhale. Now this time, come down, take a deep breath, and exhale. Now I want you to come up, bring those hands up and bring them down together. Relax your shoulders. Take a deep breath in. And then what I'd like you to do is think about an intention that you can set for yourself, whether it's for today or for the rest of the week. It could be anything. It could be you don't want to eat ice cream today, or you're going to reach out and call someone. It could be anything you'd like. Thinking of that intention, letting your shoulders relax. Taking a deep breath and letting it go. So whether you're in the chair or standing, what I want you to do is just come over for a twist. So you're going to take your, I'm going to look to the right. I'm going to take my left hand over to where my hip is, my right hip, and just go in for a twist. If you're in the chair, you can do the exact same thing. Deep breath. And back in the center. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, come over for that twist on that opposite side. Come back. And then now what I'd like you to do is just find a comfortable spot on your mat, on your chair, but I do want you to be laying down if you are going to be on your mat. We are going to go into our second final pose. If you're in the chair, that's awesome. Stay where you are. If you are standing, I'd like you to make your way down to your mat. So just finding that comfortable space on your mat or in your chair. Your arms are going to be extended out. I'm just going to move my mat, sorry. So your arms are extended. Now, what I'd like you to do is create that space between your shoulders and your earlobes. Your arms are out. When you're ready, I'd like you to bring the soles of your feet together. So this could be close to your body, or it could just be having them out. We did this move earlier, Supnavata Nakasana, lying cobbler's pose, and we're going to do it again. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, trying to come down a little further. So even if you do want to use your hands, just to help with this stretch, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. This is my favorite stretch and I just enjoy it. Taking a deep breath. If you're sitting in the chair, same thing. The soles of your feet are going to be together. You're going to create that space between your shoulders and your earlobes. You're going to remember to breathe, and you're just going to relax. Take a deep breath in for 4. And exhale for 4. Let's do it again. Staying with this. Now coming into our final resting pose, so your Shavasana. So your Shavasana can look whatever way it likes. You could have your arms down by your side. You can do a starfish with your legs nice and wide and long with your arms. So your final resting pose, your Shavasana. If you're in the chair, your Shavasana is whatever is good for you. So you're going to stay here. I'm going to come up. You're going to stay in your Shavasana. So the great thing about doing Shavasana at home and virtually is you can stay here as long as you like. So let's take a deep breath. Let your body take in everything from your practice, all the positive energy, and help it or push out all that negative energy. Sorry. Staying here, staying with your breath. I'm just going to bring my dog up to say goodbye. Ruby, come here. Come here. So having that deep breath, stand in your Shavasana. Come here. I'd like to thank you. Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay, sit. 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 My little Ruby Dooby. I'd like to thank you for sharing your breath, your energy, your time with me today. I hope that you join me again next week, Tuesday at 12:30 with my Rubadoob. And feedback, I'd love any feedback, whether you prefer just a straight mat class or if you prefer in a chair, let me know. Please stay in Shavasana as long as you like. The light inside of me seeks out, honors, and respects the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.